6, office waste is wasted employee genius. I'm going to do it over our stay over policy. Wasted employee genius. Wasted employee genius would be our guests coming in, and if they stay more than one night, we make sure that we tell the guest when they are signing the paperwork that if they need housekeeping service to put their sign out by 11 a.m., take everything off their bed. We do the whole spiel, and there's always a couple of guests that don't put their sign out before 11 a.m. and they put it out like 12 or 1, and they expect housekeepers to still clean the room, even though it's difficult to do that, backtrack for housekeepers. That's why we have the sign out before 11 a.m. And then it also, guests don't understand why we can't make their bed if they have personal belongings on it when they're supposed to be told, like, make sure the bed is clear, make sure things are put away so then we can give your room a good clean. Staff wasn't telling guests, or guests weren't following our policy. Unutilized technology, we could use our ResNext note system or a front desk log to ask the guests, are you going to want stay over service? But guests changed their mind. Uncommunication and delayed feedback. If the guests put their sign out at, let's say, 12, housekeepers check the doors at 11, and if there's aren't signs out, then they go on with their other rooms, and they don't go back to the rooms and check them. And then the guests become unhappy. Well, why didn't my room get clean when the sign was out? And we would ask them, well, what time did you put your sign out? Well, I put it out at 12. Well, it has to be out before 11 a.m. Defect of this was a lot of very unhappy guests. Overprocessing was housekeepers were trying to go back and check again and try to squeeze the stay over service into the rooms that put them out after 11 into their daily task and rooms, and it was just getting overwhelming. Being difficult to do business with. Guests, when they come in, normally they're tired, they're exhausted, they just want to go to bed, so they don't really listen to what we say. So they forget, they want their rooms clean, and they don't realize that it has to be out before 11 a.m. They have to take stuff off their bed because they don't remember what we told them the night before. So we all came up with passing out a paper. If a guest comes in and they are staying longer than one night, we give them this paper with their receipt so they can take it to the room with them. So then there is no excuse that they don't have something. So Crystal and I typed it up. Crystal fixed it. So this is what we came up with for our solution. Value added in this is I'm seeing a lot of guests putting their sign out when they're supposed to. We still do have some guests that don't put their sign out when they're supposed to, but more guests are, and the more guests are taking stuff off their bed, or they understand that they won't get their beds made if they have personal belongings on there. Non-value added in it takes extra paper, it takes extra time to print it out, it takes extra time to hand it to the guest. But the value added is when the guest is actually reading it and they understand our policies better.